We are back in Motorfest, and I did see we still have a couple of events to do in the BMW playlist. So I thought, why not jump in and finish them off? Because last time we did finish off the NASCAR update playlist.
A collection of some of the latest M models.
Okay, like, hello.
That's an M8, a 625 horsepower monster made for everyday use. And the dark gray one over there, an M5 CS. We'll talk about her later, but let's just say that this series has been producing missiles since the 70s and it's not about to stop.
Dude,
Other ones are M2s and M4s. They come from series born in 2013 and 2014.
Is the ESP turned off on everything? I thought it was just the summit events and stuff.
Not many places to accelerate.
Because this stuff is hanging out like
You have to use the occasional
crazy.
straights with guts and confidence. Clearly my kind of track.
I don't. Yeah, it's gotta be turned off. It kind of handles like the cup cars, which is kind of insane.
To give you a fair chance of winning, we put you behind the wheel of the fastest production car BMW has ever made, the M4 CSL. Yeah, you heard me, a CSL. BMW only made 3 of these in 50 years. The first one was the 3.0 you drove earlier, and this is the third. And to make it even more prestigious, you can even notice a special emblem on her body celebrating BMW M's 50th anniversary.
Okay, we're doing quite fine. So I just came from the Crew 2, which is also maybe why I'm struggling a little to handle the controls.
Well, she hits 200 kilometers per hour in only 10 seconds and holds the BMW record on the famous Nürburgring circuit. What more is there to say?
Because, yeah, the controls are very different.
Like that.
Kind of fun to just slide around and, you know. It's hard to hold this in corners though, I feel like. I don't know if it's because it's on like stock powertrain and stuff like that. Because I feel like I can't really get it to... Well, maybe I should be doing this in manual as well, to be fair. Will probably make it handle a bit better. And finish line is... Okay, never mind, I thought it was there. Ah, it's up here.
CSL, competition, sports, and lightweight. I hope you felt that DNA at every turn.
I don't know, it feels okay, it doesn't feel light though. Let's move over to the next race. I like this way more. Okay, let's see. Where are we supposed to go? Over there. The i8. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of i8s through the years. I remember the school I went to when I was younger. There was, I think it was a teacher that drove one, which is kind of insane, because not necessarily because of the car itself is kind of bad, but just the price point itself is kind of abysmal.
And you're sure to lose. Stay sharp.
Oh dude, it sounds so bad.
But I still gotta talk about that spaceship you're driving. Yeah, I'm sorry to call it that, but I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. And hey, I don't mean it in a bad way. I love the way she looks.
I just think the front end is okay. I just think the whole rear end is so weird on these. The one cool thing is that it's a complete like carbon fiber monocoque. So I've seen people are kind of interested in actually engine swapping these.
Like, it's crazy how futuristic she looks, even though she was revealed more than 10 years ago. The contrast of her colors highlights all her curves. And there's something about the way she's shaped that makes her intriguing and elegant at the same time.
That is something that I can like.
I'm glad the sun hasn't fully risen yet, because I find her even more beautiful at night. Those U-shaped taillights give her so much personality.
That's something I can agree on with them. That even though it's like 10 years old, it does look fairly new and like, I wouldn't say futuristic. I think it's the colors that make it look kind of futuristic. But yeah, definitely like, it feels up to date in that sense. So back in 2016, yes, then it probably felt very like futuristic. But does it look good? I don't know. I didn't even think it looked necessarily that good when seeing it in person either. I don't know, it's never been a car that hit for me. The side profile is okay. That is probably the best angle for this car. Yeah, probably. How are we doing on time?
What's the story behind that car? Well, it all goes back to the early 2010s when BMW I was created to develop a range of electric and hybrid vehicles within the brand. Only two models came out of it, the compact i3 and the i8, the sports car you're driving.
The funny thing is, the i3, the wheels on that are so insanely small, but I did see something very funny a while back. So there was an i3 that was towed on a tow truck. The tow truck was a tow truck for, you know, trucks, like big, like big 8-wheelers, you know. But it was towing a i3, which was like, I don't even know how to reference that, but it's like you picking up an ant, pretty much. It looks so stupid, but also so funny at the same time. I don't even know how they got a hold of that, but it was funny to see, definitely. Okay, coming up on the finish line. What do we get to drive for the last one? Is it gonna be the M3? Might be the M3. Ba-boom. Oh, right, them too. Okay. I mean, we get 30k for it, so... Is this not a Street 2? Wait. Street 2 chase vehicle. Do we even have one of those? Chase squad. Wait, this one's Street 2? I guess. Okay. Okay, we got some money out of it. Let's jump over to the next race. Or next and final race, I want to say. This car is so cool. BMW M5 CS.
not going to say goodbye without one last hooray.
All right, so we did customize ours, right? I'm quite sure we did.
Get ready. The weather is perfect for going on a
Sabine,
long road trip.
Hans, and Joachim.
We're putting 3
Is it a
BMW
okay? It's a regular
M3s
race.
to the test
Good.
over very long distances, and it's your job to drive them one after the other. You remember what CS means? It's competition sport. The sportiest editions of BMW M.
Okay. For being a boat, this one actually goes pretty well in corners. Sort of.
As you can see, we didn't even bother to close the roads, so you'll have to deal with the traffic. But you have no trouble dodging it, right?
Yeah, never had. But I've had trouble staying on the road. Have we even seen traffic? Okay, just because I said it, but you know what? That is fine. Wait, am I have the HUD on, so they've taken away the minimap. I haven't even realized. Nowadays I so often put it into, like, I call it cinematic mode, but immersive mode is the correct term for it. So I'm so used to not having the minimap. Oh, okay, yep. I kind of didn't realize. I don't know if we've had the minimap for the last 2 races. I'm not entirely sure. That's a car. Oh, dude, this is a long one. Okay. Only 11% in. Is that why you said we were gonna drive all of them? Okay, yep, we made that. Big break, big break. I hit some ridge. Okay. So this, yeah, okay, never mind. I don't know why I thought I would recognize this race. I don't think I've done this race at all. Like, obviously not, since I haven't finished the playlist. But sometimes they put the playlist races into the summits. But I don't remember doing this in a summit either. Okay, 20% in.
That wasn't an easy start, but you managed it like a pro. You've probably recognized the car you're driving. It's the M5 F90 CS, the one you went up against a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Is the oldest in the history of BMW. Not the oldest car, of course, but the first series they launched when they started this classification in the 70s. It's just crazy how much power there is in a car like that. She weighs almost 2 tons, and she's over 5 meters long. And in spite of that, she has 635 horsepower and can reach 100 kilometers per hour in only 3 seconds. For a sedan? Wow. Like, imagine taking your kids to school with this. The temptation to step on the gas is way too strong. She might be too dangerous for your own good. However, her design is, well, let's just say it's not my favorite, but I see why people love it. It's just not sporty enough for my taste. But I must admit, I love the golden bronze color they added to the rims and front grille. That's her signature. It's so cool.
That is something, like, the first gen M5 is something I really, really liked. Because the way she said it's not sporty enough for me, that is kind of what I love about it. That's the same reason I love the S8. They're not sporty, but they're luxurious boats that are fast and V8s, and you know, I don't know, it kind of hits different.
Don't you think it looks a lot like the M4 CSL? On the front end, mostly. Well, that's normal. Actually, the 3 and 4 series share the same engine and chassis base. Before 2014, the 3 series models were released in a large number of variations. Ugh, like too many variations. So ultimately, they decided to make things clearer.
I could have sent it over.
The 3 series with
Damn,
sedans
okay.
and estate cars, and on the other, the 4 series with coupes and cabriolets. And that's the main difference between the two.
Cabriolet. I don't know, I like the M3 since it's a 4-door. I've never understood that whole thing. Why the 3 is a 4-door and the 4 is a 3-door? Or a 2-door, I guess.
Personally, I love how aggressive she looks. The size of the double kidney grille divides BMW fans, but I think it gives her so much character.
I like the M3 Touring, honestly. That is something I have to say from someone who doesn't have a wagon or Avant or Touring anymore. I miss it. It is very useful to have. So I definitely see why people are buying the Touring models, even in, like, you know, the more performance enhanced cars. One car that I would really love would be like a 2017 Porsche Panamera. They are sick. But they're also very expensive. Okay. I don't know how they stand against the Touring. M3 Touring. In price in particular, but I actually gotta check that. 50% in. Dude, this is actually a very long race. I was not expecting it. I thought it would be like I thought we would have been finished by now. Okay. Bad corner by me. Dude, the density difference in like everything in this compared to the Crew 2, quite intense. Also, by the way, the latest graphics driver update seemed to have fixed my issue with the black screen that I had last summit. Which is good, but it's also very unfortunate that it happened during that. Which I'm kinda sad about. We should potentially be able to buy the Hanson car at some point, but yeah. It was very unfortunate. Okay, are we switching at... I guess we switch to the M2 at 66% maybe? If I were to guess. We should get paid quite okay from this race as well, which is good. These longer races do tend to pay alright. One thing that I do not like with the CS in particular... Okay, we already swapped. So now I can show the one thing that I wanted to talk about. Either way, as we saw, like the green color and then the red spec seats with some red details around the car, it looks so weird.
And you can try her here exclusively for the first time. BMW are so proud of her that they regard her as part of the BMW 2002 Turbo Heritage, and that's one of the most beloved cars of the 70s. So, does she deserve this honorific comparison? I'll let you drive her for a bit, before giving my opinion.
I feel like at this point that is such a seller move though. To be like, oh, this one compares to like the early 2000s. That is like the biggest seller thing ever. Because even if you know the car is not up to par with the older cars, you're gonna be like, oh yes, this is gonna make people buy it more. And from what I've seen online, it does not look like, you know, a heritage car in terms of how many people buy it and stuff like that. You know, now that I said that my graphics were okay, if we just take a look at the trees, I do not think that is the case. Because this came after the update. It has not been like this before. Interesting. Oh well. It's not that noticeable. In some areas it is, some areas it's not. I'm still very conflicted on this car. I kinda like it, I kinda don't like it. I think the one that we built is quite okay. I think I mentioned this one time before as well, that I did see one on Instagram that I actually thought was kind of fire. It was a full like Silver Surfer vibe kind of car. I think it was pretty much this silver with some quite big chromes, and I don't know, the whole car was very clean. That's about the one M2 that I've actually thought looked pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. To each their own, otherwise we would have the same cars all over the place. So that is still one thing to remember. Even if you don't like a car, it's very good that it's there, so we get the diversity in the car culture. Because if we all had the same car, I mean, it would look like the Cybertruck in the end either way. So dude, the sunrise, sundown is so so nice. Okay, 80% in, almost there. No, but I think that's something that we've moved away from and people keep forgetting. Yes, we can have wars between, like, whether it's Audi or BMW, Mercedes or BMW, you know. This or that doesn't really matter, because if we only had this, you know, as I said, we would just all be sitting in a Cybertruck at some point. Because then it would just be mass-produced stuff that everyone has the same of. It would be so boring.
How fast she can go. She's obviously the fastest M2 ever. But what I love most about her is her uncompromising design. People will be divided just like the M3 and M4, but I'm a fan.
I don't know.
I mean, look at this. It's her production form, and it already looks like a professional tuner has fitted her with one of the coolest kits around.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I mean, fastest M2 around, yes, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, because if you make a slower version of the car...
To say, but I think she's my fave. Among the three of them, of course.
Who did they hire for the voice acting in this, by the way? It handles quite nice, I will give it that. But it's a very compact car as well, so it's not that surprising. Dude, I had a customer's car in the other day. Smaller or RS model. It feels so horrific when the customer had a complaint, so he was like, freaking push it, okay? Push it and see if you noticed like the same sounds. And I was like, okay, whatever, let's do it. But dude, if I feel so bad for pushing someone else's car, I hate it. But when they say like, do it, because I want to figure out the noise, like, I'll do it. But yeah, I hate doing it with someone else's car. If it's my own car, I can, you know, I can freaking blow up the engine if I want to. But when it's someone else's car, I hate it. So this is how ours look, and I think that it looks better. to be honest. Not completely what I would have wanted from this car, but yeah, does the job. Okay, so let's head over here and collect the last thing. Is this gonna be a race as well? Like it was in the Cup Car event? Hopefully not. Is it the E30? Ah, okay. Kind of forgot that this car existed. And ba-boom. I'm just gonna highlight this for now. Alright, so that is gonna be all for the BMW playlist. Yes, we do still have some more stuff to go through with challenges, the freaking custom mode, yada yada. So yeah, there is still a bunch of stuff to do there. But for now, we are finished with the actual playlist itself. And we have a couple more to finish off. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and a comment down below, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, have a good one. How do I reset? And goodbye.